What's up guys, welcome back to the channel, or welcome to the channel if you're new here. In this video I'll be making new Fakemon, namely the regional mammal and bug for my Fakemon region Earthcore. I recently rebooted my region, so I'm remaking almost everything there. So far, I've already made all the starters. You can see the videos I made them in the description below. Before I start making the Fakemon though, make sure to like, subscribe, join my Discord server, links in the description below, and give me ideas for Fakemon I should make in the comments. Let's start. Alright, so let's start off the video with the Fakemon line I had the most fun doing, the regional mammal line. But before I make it, you guys might be confused with what I'm making, so let me just tell you what it is and answer a few questions y'all might ask. If you wanna skip to me making the Fakemon, just skip to here, and yeah. This Fakemon line replaces the regional rat line, and if you're wondering why I did that, just ask me the reason in the comments, cause I'm too lazy to say it in this video. The regional mammal line is also gonna be a regional form of an existing Pokemon, namely Lechonk, so yeah, just thought I should say that. Earthcorian Lechonk is gonna be based on lechon, a popular food in the Philippines, and pigs. I know the original Lechonk is based on lechon already, but it doesn't really look like a lechon, and the lechon part of it is really just in its name, nothing else. And lechon in Spanish means suckling pig, not roast pig, which is what it is in the Philippines. I want to make a lechonk that's really obviously based on lechon, with its look signifying that. I traced over the original lechonk and added some green hair on its belly to symbolize the vegetables or banana leaves that lechons usually placed on. The green hairs are gonna be really soft. I think it's gonna be like a wool or something like that. And Lechonk uses it as a bed, sleeping on it. Now, as I said earlier, lechon is a really popular dish in the Philippines, so I plan to answer the question, what do people eat in the Pokemon world, by making people eat lechonk? It's gonna have tears in its eyes because, you know, it's always sad because it's eaten a lot. And the brown part on original Lechonk's face is gonna be a lighter brown, symbolizing the lechon sauce that lechons usually dipped in. I'll put some more sauce in its back, just to make it more colorful, and I'm done. Meet Earthcorian Lechonk, the lechon Pokemon. It's a food normal type with the abilities Rich Flavors and the hidden ability Flame Body. Now, if you don't know what food type is, it's a fake type I made for Earthcore. You can check out the video I made it in the description below. And Rich Flavors is a new food type ability I made. I'll tell you what it does in the comments. Commonly eaten in Earthcore, it has evolved to become more timid than its counterparts. It's eaten by cutting off the wool on the bottom, roasting the chunk, then placing it back on its wool. It breeds fast in order to not grow extinct. Alright, we're done, let's move on. Lechonk's evolution is based on boars, lechon, and pigs eating absolutely anything. While Lechonk was a small, weak pig, its evolution is gonna be the opposite. It's sick of its kind being always eaten and wants revenge. I'm gonna make it really tough and strong looking, cause any Lechonk who can survive while people are trying to hunt it is probably pretty tough, so I'll give it cool scars and stuff to show that it was hunted and it survived. I'm also gonna switch the position of the green wool on the chunk from the bottom to the top of its body, because it's gonna cook food in its wool instead of being put in its wool to get cooked. I'll give it some fire in its back to further show that. I'm almost done with the design right now, so I'll just give it 2 small tusks to make it like more boary, shade it, and I'm done. Q, the lechon Pokemon. Its name comes from boar and barbecue, and it's a fire normal type with the ability Rich Flavors and the hidden ability Flame Body. Tired of being eaten all the time, Lechonk that lives long enough will evolve into barbecue. It now roasts food on the wool on its back, heating it using fire. It's very hardy and will eat anything. Most barbecues eat fruits and scraps, but some will go out of their way to roast humans on their back. We're finally done making the regional mammal line, so let's move on to the next months of this video, the regional bugs. First of all, June just ended, and June is the Pride month, so let's make a regional bug related to Pride. It's gonna be based on a cockroach, which is a common and commonly hated bug in the Philippines. The base evolution of the bug is gonna be based on cockroaches poisoning everything they touch, and dislike. The base evolution is gonna emit a sort of poisonous gas that rots everything around it over time. It often ruins food around it, which is why people and Pokemon alike avoid it. It's gonna be really sad because no one loves it, and it'll keep to itself as much as possible, hiding in place with no organic matter and eating trash. Now, how is this related to Pride? Well, this stage represents people hiding their true self for fear of being hated, which is sort of what this Pokemon does. It hides because people hate it. It's gonna have branched evolutions based on what it does when it knows people hate it too. I'll give it dark blue, green, and purple colors, and I'm done. Abhor Roach, the unloved Pokemon. Its name comes from abhor and roach, and it's a bug poison type with the ability Rattled and the hidden ability Poison Point. Avoided by people, it mostly just hides in dark places. It also emits a poisonous gas around itself that rots everything around it, which is why it's unloved. It will usually live around places with no natural substances, and will run away from people once it sees them. Let's have a look at its evolution. Abhorroach's evolution will be based on super villains, cockroaches, spray paint, graffiti artists, and radiation. While Aporoach was just a sad mon who wanted love but was too scared to get it, its first evolution will be way crazier. People absolutely despise it, so it's determined to hate them back too, making as much trouble as it can. It's gonna breathe out a poisonous gas that changes color depending on what it eats, and it's gonna use that gas to sort of spray paint walls. Now, while this mon's attitude is worse than Aporoach's, its poison will also be way worse. While the poison of Aporoach was just like, oh, if you stay around me for 1 day straight, you'll start to rot, but pretty slowly. This mon's poison is gonna be crazier, like radiation. Its feet are gonna secrete a radioactive paint that it uses to make patterns with. I'm sure you can tell why people hate it now. In fact, people hate it so much that they'll actually go out of their way to drive them out of cities. In the wild, these mons will make huge structures similar to ant mounds, except those structures will have lakes of nuclear paint around them. This stage represents people hiding their true self to avoid being hurt and tacked off, just like this Pokemon. It actually wants to still be loved, but hides its feelings and acts like it doesn't get hurt. It still wants to avoid looking weak, so it acts strong, of course. Anyways, let's move on to its dex. With low happiness, Aporoach evolves into Radiotillus, the hated Pokemon. Its name comes from radio, as in radiation, and Rutillus, the scientific name for the common roach, and it's a poison bug type with the ability Rattled and the hidden ability Poison Point. It emits a poisonous gas from its mouth that changes color based on what it eats. It also rubs the radioactive slime from its feet on surfaces. Interestingly, the slime tends to make intricate patterns. It's so hated the trainers go out of their way to exterminate this creature. I hope you like this mon. Let's move on to Aporoach's second evolution. Aporoach's second evolution will be based on superheroes, namely Superman and Captain America, pride, acceptance, radiation, and of course, cockroaches. While Aporoach's first evolution was resentful to everyone because it bottled up its feelings and turned into what people thought of it, its second evolution bravely accepted itself for who it was, and in turn, people accepted it too. It's still gonna use radiation to fight enemies and do what it wants, it just uses the radiation more wisely, and its radiation isn't as strong as Radiotillus'. It's gonna fly around and save people in trouble using its 4 fists and almost unbreakable wings. It usually fights with Radiotillus, which are making trouble, and it usually wins most of the time. This mon represents people accepting themselves for who they are and having pride in who they are. Let's move on to its dex. Radioroach, the accepted Pokemon. Its name comes from radio, as in radiation, and roach, and it's a bug normal type with the ability Defiant and the hidden ability Dauntless Shield. If Aporoach accepts itself for who it is, it will evolve into Radioroach. It can control its powers of radiation and uses it for good. It's loved and accepted by people and Pokemon alike. It usually acts as a superhero, flying to people in trouble and shielding them from harm using its wings. Alright guys, that's all the Fakemon for this video, and I hope you liked them because it took a really long time to make this video. So if you like the mons, please consider subscribing and liking this video because it really helps me out, and by the way, thank you so much for 300 subs. It means a lot. Now before the video ends, if you want to, you can also leave a comment down below suggesting what Fakemon I should make for my region, and join my Discord server, links in the description below. As the video ends, I'll be showing you all the people who helped me in this video. Alright guys, that's all for this video. Thanks for watching. Bye.